Well, I wrote your name and burned it. See the color of the flame, and it burned out the whole spectrum as if you were everything. Mine just burned cold, a normal flame. I am not anything, and all that I remember is the feeling of waking up. We were kids who were the sun to which my eyes could not adjust. We were kids, I was a fountain, you could never drink enough. And came all the boys who swept you up, played careless with your heart. And every night there was a new girl sitting beside me in my car. Something dies when you grow older, but you do the best you can. I am glad, I am glad you found a good man. Like, that song is great to me.
It's one of the demos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the lyrics, the melody, the simplicity of it, how it's kept to such, it's under 2 minutes long, you know, and there's so much that's said in that, such a perfect story. It's a pretty beautiful song, and you know, the thing with Brand New that I really love Brand New. I really love their last record in particular, above the other records.
Yeah.
But they, what's so interesting about them is that they're such a good, they can do so well with that rock gear, the big guitar, the big loud, but there's a thing, and Jesse's got this other thing that comes out once in a while in those songs. It's really, you know, there's that thing in there. You know, and that's what makes their songs, I think, better than their peer group. The other bands that came out of that. Is that at the heart of it, under all the noise and the yelling and the sort of heavy shit, there's a really good songwriter.
Yeah.
You know, that if he's by himself, and they get a weird rap. I don't know what, in the States anyway, people think they're like this emo band or whatever. But my friends who were like kind of hipsters came out to see us when we did that tour together, and they were all like, "This guy's great." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you got to listen to what they do before you," because you know their first record is a pop punk record.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to grow. I mean, that was 7 years ago, you know, and they're a totally different band now. So, but yeah, but. You know, it gets tricky with covering them though, because I'll just cover anything that's in my head on any given night. I learn a lot of songs just from, I listen to them and can pick them up, or like a version of them anyway. But then it started to become a thing where people started to expect to hear Brand New if they came to my show, and that's weird. Like, you know, you don't want to be like the Brand New jukebox.
Yeah.
Because they're like a lot of bands. They're not the only band I listen to. They're, you know, whatever. But they are some of my closest friends in music, so I guess that's why people make the association. But anyway, yeah, and Neutral Milk's great. You know, there's a ton of stuff that I love to play. I just kind of randomly picked those four based on what was happening right now.
Okay.
So what kind of music do you listen to right now?
Well, I haven't been listening to a ton of music on this trip. I've listened to whatever Dennis the Driver's put on. He's been listening to the Sun Kill Moon record a lot. Which is this guy Mark Kozlek, who was in the Red House Painters, which is, I like all of his stuff, and that's been cool. He put on the new Death Cab for Cutie record, which some of it I thought was cool. I listened to this guy A. Bondi a lot, who I brought on tour just last week in England, and he's an American songwriter that's really great. I like his record a lot. Let me see. I don't know. Whatever kind of comes on shuffle. I've been reading a lot lately, more than I've been listening. And when I have been listening, it's been stuff like Sam Cooke, like old soul, like Cupid, draw back your bow, like those songs. Your arrow flow straight to my lover's heart for me. I love all that stuff, but like. I don't really listen to like Neil Young. I feel like I don't. The Band of Horses stuff I love.
Yeah, that's great.
But like a lot of new music, I'm just not as like on top of it as a lot of people are. I hear it and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Band of Horses is really good. I think they write great songs. But My Morning Jacket, that's sort of been. That's just whatever kind of floats on the iPod. You know, you're like, oh, cool, okay, but. I listened to that new Weaker Than's record for a while, and that was cool, but that's kind of all that I could think of right now.
Okay.
Okay, you mentioned that you are on tour with Brand New, or were touring with them, and you're touring with Jesse again.
Yeah.
For the solo tour.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of upsides on being on tour with your friends, but are there any downsides to it?
I can't think of any. I mean, outside of just you're still gonna have your fits of being cranky or tired, or, you know, like touring is a lot of things that are great. I feel like we're like in the hub at the airport. Touring is a lot of things that are great, and a lot of things that aren't.
Okay.
You know, like you're traveling, you're meeting people, you're playing your music, you're not at a desk or you know, waiting tables or serving drinks or working at the stock market or whatever I would be doing if I were home and had a job. But you're also not like you're not home a lot. Your comforts, like being around your stuff and your friends and your apartment and your family and that's not there. So touring with your friends helps with all that. But it's still, there's some days where you're in Iowa City, Iowa, and you're like, I want to go home. But when your friends are there, it makes it a lot easier. And, you know, Brian, who's coming on the tour with us too, Brian Bonds is like a good friend of ours. We love his music. And Mike Stramberg, who's playing with me tonight, he's coming, and he's great. He's playing guitar, and they're two of my closest friends. So it'll all... That's about as easy as a tour can possibly get. The West Coast of America in the summer with your friends is a pretty good racket. So